make sure you subscribe. So I'm going to be projecting my screen right now so that you guys can see my screen. So I need to put my screen right here. If you are watching from Facebook, you can leave your comment right there. Your comments are all welcome. So right here, I'm going to show you the currency pairs I have on my watch list. I have the British pound sterling paired against the USD. I have the euro paired against the USD. I have the Australian dollar paired against the USD. I have the British pound sterling paired against the Japanese yen. And then we're going to wrap up our weekly analysis with the gold, that is the XAU paired against the USD. So the first we're going to start with is the British pound sterling paired against the USD. And then nothing much, last week, that is the British pound sterling paired against the USD. And then we can see the market is still going through a medium of series of consolidation right here on our chart right here. And then we can see price is still active below the key level structure of the 1.30029, which was actually a resistance structure right here. This structure right here, you can see we had it right here as a resistance structure, likewise right here as a support structure, and the price broke through right here, but price fell back and then closed below this key level structure. That was the last week. So at the moment, there is nothing much on the British pound sterling against the USD, but we still need to pay a close attention to the dynamic structure which acts right here. So next week, just pay a close attention to the British pound sterling paired against the USD. If we can figure out a rotation of price, that is rotation of price, if price can ensure a daily close below this dynamic support right there, then it's a signal, it's an indication the bears are willing to put price more downward. But before the bears can put price more downward on this currency pairs, they still have to clear off the key level structure, which actually acting as a support structure right there. And that is the key level structure, which acts at the price level of the 1.27497. Alternatively, next week, if the bulls steps in on this currency pairs aggressively, they still need to ensure a well-held, strong bullish bar above this key level structure. So next week, pay close attention to this currency pairs of the British pound sterling against the USD. Maybe we can figure out a close of bar below this dynamic support, or maybe a healthy close of bar above the key level structure of the 1.30029. So next week, if the bulls should ensure a daily close of bar above this key level structure, then it's a signal the bulls are not yet giving up on the British pound sterling paired against the USD. So next week, the British pound sterling against the USD is on my watch list. And then the next currency pairs I want to share with you guys, I got the euro paired against the USD. And then here's the euro paired against the USD right here on my chart. You can see that. Actually, we have a rising channel right here. We can see our price went through this rising channel. You can see the transformation of price before price broke out right here. Currently, technically, what I can figure out on the currency pairs of the euro paired against the USD, I can figure out a bearish sentiment on this currency pairs for the fact this dynamic support trend line right there is now acting as a dynamic resistance structure for the currency pairs right here. And then if we should analyze the wave right here, you can see we got a high wave right here, a high wave right here, likewise a high wave right here. But right from the wave right there, we got a low high wave right there. And then from the last wave we got right there is a low high to this low high wave right there. So this is setup of a bearish more interest on the euro paired against the USD. And then we all know the British pound sterling against the USD and the euro paired against the USD all have same market correlation. So on this currency pairs of the euro paired against the USD, I'm still supporting a more bearish rally on the euro paired against the USD. But last week, I showed the euro paired against the euro currency pairs. I showed the euro against the Japanese yen. I showed the euro against the Canadian dollar, and then I bagged in a lot of profit. I shared this with my VIP members community of mine as well, and then it was a nice profitable trade for us. At the moment right now, I'm still holding my position on the euro currency pairs, and that is the euro paired against the Japanese yen and the euro paired against the Canadian dollar. And then I'm still locking some profits on this currency pairs at the moment. So next week, I'm still in favor for a more bearish move on the euro paired against the USD. for the fact, this dynamic support right here is now acting as a new dynamic resistance, level, dynamic structure right here. And there is a low high swings right here, and then a low high swings right here. So at this moment right here, there's a lot of bearish setup, which is actually the interest the bears to continue this bearish downward trend. But take note, next week, if the bulls can step in, alternatively, if they step in, ensure a way close of bar, LD close of bar above this key level structure right here. That is a price level of the 1.17122, which was actually a support structure right here. Likewise, a support right here. Then it's an indication the bulls are not yet in the state of exhaustion on this trend right here. And then don't be surprised if this currency pairs transform in a range or market. So next week, pay close attention to this currency pairs. It has a lot of opportunity for a trade set up. So the next currency pairs I want to share with you guys is the Australian dollar paired against the USD. Actually, last week, I short the Australian currency pairs, but I short it against the Australian dollar paired against the Canadian dollar, and then I got no profit. And then I'm still on the trade at the moment. I'm still shorting the currency pair. So let's check on the Australian dollar paired against the USD. The reason why I deviated my attention away from the USD currency pairs last week was because the reason of the fundamental factors which has high probability to affect all the USD currency pairs. This is why I short against all the USD currency pairs. That means I paired some of these major currency pairs with other currency pairs, which means last week I traded most of the minor currency pairs and not the major currency pairs. The only major currency pairs which I traded was the USD paired against the Japanese yen, and then I closed my position on Friday with some profit. So I don't want to hold these currency pairs till next coming week due to the US election, a lot of fundamental factors which can affect the market on the all USD currency pairs. So right here, I got the Australian dollar paired against the USD. On this chart right here, we can see the Australian dollar paired against the USD is currently on a strong bullish, aggressive rally. And right from the last high swings right here, we can see there's a change of momentum, a change of trend right here, a change of pattern from the bullish side to the bearish side. We can see right here. I'm going to zoom in on this currency pairs. Right from the swing high right here, we got a low high swings right here. This was a high swings right here, and now this is a new low high swings right here. So you don't need a profit to tell you this is a pattern of a bearish move downward. So we can still figure out the key level structure of the 0.70262 is still acting as a support for price right here, like it did acted as a resistance right here, likewise as a support right here, resistance right here. It acted likewise right here as a support. Actually, price broke through right here, but it was a false move. And right now, it's still acting for last week close of bar. You can see that was a depreciation of bearish momentum right here. You can see the last week bar, which was a my bearish volume right here. So it indicates there isn't much selling pressure on this currency pairs. But you have to take a close attention, pay close attention to this currency pairs next week. If the bears can ensure a well decisive close of bar that is below the key level structure right here, then it's a strong signal indication the bears are willing to put price more downward, and then this has high probability to transform into a low high, like we did add right here, a low high swings. So this is what I can figure out on the Australian dollar paired against the USD. Alternatively, next week, if the bulls should step in whereby they ensure a daily close of bar upward right here, then don't be surprised. The bulls have high probability to still retest the last low high swings right here. And if the bulls should retest this low high right here, that is a low high swings right here. If the bulls should eventually retest this low high swings right here, whereby the bears fail to defend this key level structure right here, then don't be surprised. The currency pairs of the Australian dollar paired against the USD has a high probability to move upward to the next key level resistance, which acts at the price level of the 0.73719. 0.73719. This was the resistance structure for the last high swings right there. So next week, pay close attention to this currency pairs. If you can figure out a well bearish close of bar below this key level structure of the support right there, then it's a strong indication of a bearish interest on these currency pairs. And then who knows, maybe the bears may eventually be successful to put price downward to the next key level structure, which acts at this level right there. And then let's check the key level structure, and then that should be the price level of their 0.7526. This was a low high swings right here. That is 0.8089. That was a low high swings right here. And then let's zoom in, check right here. And the next key level structure we have to pay close attention is the 0.66711. But before the bears can actually get to this region right here, it's gonna take a long of pips. So next week, pay close attention to the key level structure of the 0.70262. And the next currency pairs I'm going to be sharing with you again is the British pound sterling paired against the Japanese yen. And then I'm going to expand my chart right here. Here comes the chart of the British pound sterling against the Japanese yen. And then right from the swing low right here, we can see price went through a rising channel right here before we had a massive decisive volume of breakout right there. And then whenever I emphasize on a well-decisive breakout, a healthy bearish or bullish breakout, these are the kind of bars I always want to see on my chart whenever I want to see maybe it's a healthy, reliable breakout. We can see the strong bearish momentum right there, this strong bearish volume right there, which broke out of this rising channel. And the price is now making a retest, and the price is now having a bearish short rally downward right there. So don't be surprised. This low high swing, these high swings right there have a high probability to transform into what? A low high. But we still need to figure out if that is the bears, if they can ensure a well-decisive volume below the key level structure of the price level of the 135.420, which was actually a support right there, a support right there, support right there, resistance structure right there, and the rejection as a resistance structure right there. So the price level of the 135.420, it's an important key level structure we have to pay close attention to next coming week. If the bears can ensure a close below this key level structure right there, there is a strong signal and indication of a more bullish interest. I mean, if the bulls can defend this key level structure and the bears fail to ensure a close below this key level structure, then don't be surprised. This currency pairs right here have no high probability to transform within the range right here. But if the bears can ensure a decisive close below this key level structure of the 135.420, which was a strong key level structure, then it's a signal the bears are willing to put price downward to the next swing low right here. And if that should occur, these currency pairs have a high tendency to depreciate in value to the next swing low right here, which would act at the key level structure of the 132.000. So next week, pay close attention to the British pound sterling paired against the Japanese yen. And then I'm going to wrap up our analysis on this currency we have on our watch list this week. That is gold. I'm going to wrap up this analysis with the gold. Actually, I'm going to share with you guys other currency pairs I have on my watch list. I'm going to share with you guys. And then let's check the gold right here. I got the gold right here. Nothing much on the gold since last week. It has just been a market within a consolidation phase, a choppy market, not much movement on the gold. And then we can see right here, price is currently transforming, in this wedge pattern right here. And then right now, the key level structure, which acts at the price level of the 1,902.743 is no more a very valid, strong key level structure. For the fact this key level structure right now is now failing to reject price at its worst at this level right here. You can see a decent rejection of price right from this level right here, this zones right here. But right now we can see price is now moving freely in the drives through this key level structure, which means this key level structure is not and it's no more very strong key level structure. So what we need to do right now as a price action trader is we got to pay close attention to the gold. If gold can eventually have a close of bar above this dynamic resistance trend line right here, if we can figure out a close of a healthy bullish bar, then it's going to favor a lot of more bullish sentiment on the gold for a continuation of a bullish aggressive rally. So if you want to short the gold at the moment, you got to be very, 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 very careful. You got to be very, very, very careful. The reason why I'm saying you have to be very careful if you want to short the gold is based on the long-term investment plan, the gold is still on a strong bullish aggressive rally. You can see that on the strong bullish aggressive rally. And who knows, maybe this could actually be the high low for the gold for a more bullish aggressive rally. So be very, very careful. You can see right here the swing low right here. We got a high low right here before the gold will transform into an aggressive bullish rally. And then this could actually be the setup again for a more bullish aggressive rally on the gold. So very, very careful if you want to chart their gold. So that is all the currency pairs I have for you guys in this week. And then I'm gonna share with you other currency pairs I have on my watch list, which has a lot of trading opportunity right there set up. And then actually I before I share with you other currency pairs I have, I'm gonna share with you that is a trade I took with the VIP members community of mine. I took some trade last week, and I shared some video how I got into this trade, the strategy which I applied, and I showed you guys how you can as well apply this strategy into your trading as tools. And then I traded a lot of currency pairs last week. At least I traded 5 currency pairs last week, and then I have 1 losing trade, and then all the 4 trades, which are, or the remaining 4 trades are all profitable trade, which means I got 4 winning trades and just 1 losing trade. So I'm gonna share with you. I traded the euro pair against the Japanese yen. I traded the euro pair against the Japanese yen, and then I traded as well the euro pair against the Canadian dollars. Let's check that out. I traded the euro pair against the Canadian dollar, and then at the moment right now we're still having a retracement of price. And then I traded the Australian dollar pair against the Canadian dollar as well. I short this currency pairs, and then I traded the USD pair against the Japanese yen. Actually, I exited my trade. That was on that was on Friday, right here. Is it right here? So I got out of the trade. For the facts, this market right now, there isn't much, bearish momentum right there. I can figure out price is not transforming to a range market. So I got out, and I don't want to be stuck in this market the following week. And then I showed the USD pair against the switch as well. And then before the market actually get me to my stop loss level, I have to get out because actually it wasn't what I was expecting. So I have to get out. I don't want to be stuck in this currency pairs. So, and then the next currency pairs you guys have to pay close attention to next coming week. You have to pay close attention to the Australian dollar pair against the New Zealand right here. You can see it has a lot of selling opportunity right here. Price is actually closing below last swing low swings right here. So it has a lot of selling, prayers, that is sentiment next coming week. And then again, you got to pay close attention to the New Zealand pair against the switch. New Zealand pair against the switch. We can see price right now is currently in a transformation within a symmetrical pattern right here. You can see that. This is it. So we need to pay close attention to where price is actually going to break to, or maybe it's going to be a bullish breakout, or maybe a bearish breakout. And then that is on the New Zealand pair against the switch. So you got to pay close attention to this currency pairs next coming week. And the next currency pairs I want to share with you guys as well, you have to pay close attention to. And then let's check that. That should be the Canadian dollar against the switch. Likewise, we have in the symmetrical triangle, but the Canadian dollar right now actually broke out of this symmetrical triangle. That was the last can see the breakout from this level right there. But the kind of breakout we got right there, it's a volume. It's a low bullish volume. So I am not satisfied to take a bullish sentiment on these currency pairs at the moment. So you have to pay close attention right here on these currency pairs as well next week. Maybe the bulls are gonna step in aggressively for a more bullish rally, maybe, or maybe we're gonna see figure out a strong retest in order to carve a strong bullish price action bar. That is on the Canadian dollar paired against the switch. So pay a close attention to these currency pairs next week. And the next currency pairs I want to share with you guys is I see that is the euro paired against the Australian dollar. So you got to pay close attention to the euro paired against the Australian dollars. That is it right here. Consider it here. And then I'm going to zoom in. You can see price currently is going through a state of transformation. We need this range right from June of 2020. You can see the transformation right here. So we can see the constant retest right here. Constant retest right here. So right here now, I can figure out a clustering of price. And then this have high probability to transform this currency pairs into a bullish breakout. So pay close attention to the euro paired against the Australian dollar next coming week. It does has a lot of bullish sentiments right here. Okay. And the next currency pairs I want to share with you guys as well is you have to pay close attention to the euro paired against the switch. The euro paired against the switch is a nice setup as well. pay close attention to this currency pairs to see it's gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be the bullish, in favor of the bulls or the bears. But what I can figure out right here now, it's actually forming up, giving more, bearish interest on this currency pairs. You can see the kind of choppy market we got right here in a rising channel right here. Price now is breaking out. And then if I should construct my dynamic trend line right from this structure right here, you can see actually we got a symmetrical triangle right here. And then price broke out of this symmetrical triangle right now. You can see the breakout of price. And this was a key level structure we got right here. We got a key level structure support right here. And that was a price level of the 1.07224. You can see how the bears successfully ensure a close below this key level structure. No, that was on Friday. So this right now a bullish arami. Next week, if the bears should successfully ensure a close below this bullish arami right here, then it's a signal the bears are willing to expose the next key level structure, and then that is a support level structure which acts at the price level of the 1.06078, which was a swing low right there, likewise a resistance structure right there. So that is that on the euro paired against the switch. So you got to pay close attention to euro paired against the switch next coming week. So the next currency pairs I want to share with you guys, that is switch paired against the Japanese yen. We shot this currency pairs, I think that was 2 weeks ago, and we're bagging a lot of profit. Likewise, right here now, I can still figure out right here on this currency pairs, there is a kind of bearish wave set up right here, right from the bullish rally right here. We got a bearish wave, and then right now a short bullish rally, and then we can figure out right now the bears are stepping in again. So pay close attention to the switch paired against the Japanese yen next week to look out for if you can figure out a trading opportunity, maybe that's really gonna be in favor of the bears for a more bearish wave on this currency pairs. So these are the currency pairs I have for you in this week, and then that is all. If you have any question, you can send me your question or comment on the comment box. It's always open right here. And then thanks you for watching. Thanks you for joining me live, and then do have a wonderful weekend. Peace.